Hey, everybody, and welcome to the One Lane Road Podcast. This is Lucas.
Joined by DK
Yeah.
and our returning guest, Wesley Davis.
Yes, sir. I'm back, people.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for joining us on an early Sunday morning.
Thank you. No better way to wake up on a Sunday morning and do a podcast.
That's right, man.
That's right.
So last time you were here was early on. It was like week 4, week 5 of our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Birth, and you was kind of kicking around the single "Summertime Hit," which went to be a pretty big song for you over the summer. Still here on the radio today.
Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed and thankful for all the support everyone that gave me on it, and from what I'm hearing, some of the radio stations still playing it, which is just
That's a good thing, right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah, and especially getting ready to roll into some warm weather. We got a little bit of warm weather out there today, so it's starting to come back around. Yeah.
Rebirth, pick back up again.
Yeah, maybe everybody's summer song.
Exactly.
Wesley played our summer show down in the park that we had. Benefit concert that we had. So you got some new music that you're working on and gonna present to us today. We're gonna play them in studio, 4 tracks for you today. We'll give you the song and the story behind each one, I'd imagine.
Yes, sir.
So what all 4 songs are you gonna play for us today?
I've got 4 tracks that's going to be on an upcoming acoustic project I'm going to be putting out. And one of them I'm going to play is called Never Left Me. It's it's just a breakup song, a country breakup song.
Yeah,
and,
good old-fashioned breakup song.
Exactly, talking about the girl always haunting me and haunting the character in the song. And it's just a good breakup song, and I think a lot of people can relate to it.
Yeah.
And, got that one, and then I'll be playing this song called Tennessee Smile, which is a song about a good love that seems like it should happen, but circumstances that keep it from happening, but later on down the road, it comes back around and makes a good little love story. And then Country, which is the one y'all been opening with.
I was saying that's the opening track that you hear whenever our show kicks off. That's
Yes,
this is going to have the actual words to it now.
Yeah, you have to have the lyrics to an acoustic version on it. And, man, it's a song about hating traffic. Mm-hmm. I can't stand traffic. It makes me mad, and so I wrote a song about it.
Right.
And
getting back to the country.
Exactly.
Basically. Okay.
Exactly.
So
taking any little back road turn I could take to get out of the interstate.
Not very often you hear a song that's called country that's just about hating traffic. So it'll give you the, the ending of that. It's basically getting home to the country where we're at here.
Exactly.
In the middle of rural small town.
Nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
BFEs we affectionately call it.
Yeah. Can't beat it.
And what's the last one you got?
It's called Get to You, and it's a song with a story of just a guy's do anything to get to his girl.
Yeah.
And she's hours away, but he don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing what he's got to get to her because he needs her. And just a good love song, I think. Something.
Damn, you got women on the brain. Son.
Exactly, I know.
That's that 20-year-old, 21-year-old body, right?
I'm about to think I was a 20-year-old male. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good deal. Which one you gonna start off with, bud?
Man, I'm gonna start off with Never Left Me, and hope y'all like it.
That's my early favorite, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I believe so.
I liked it. We've go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we'll go ahead and get to it, right?
Yeah, that was what I want to do.
Get
to it.
All right. Well, here it is. Here's Never Left Me.
Awesome. Praying for years I wouldn't see this day. In a cloud of dust, she's driving away, and I'm trying not to slow down when I roll by her place. Guess I'm the only one that can't move on in this small town. So pack my truck thinking I'll steer clear, seeing them together, leaving my past here. Moved into a house 3 counties away, but even in Rutherford I'm seeing her face. It's like she's following me, trying to get me back. Every street I turn down I get a heart attack. I can't escape anywhere I go. I've tried church pews and neon glows. I hear her voice say my name, smell her perfume, it drives me insane. She kisses my lips, but it's a bad dream. Baby, you left, but you never left me. Yeah, you never left me. She always said she'd never move on. Swore up and down that I was the one. And I don't know why I believe that shit. Her phone was always off or she kept it hid. Knew something was wrong by the look on her face when I surprised her with roses at her place. She said I had to get to work, it rushed me away. But when she pulled out the drive, she went the other way. And now she's following me, trying to get me back. Every street I turn down, I get a heart attack. I can't escape anywhere I go. I've tried church pews and neon glows. I hear her voice say my name, smell her perfume, it drives me insane. She kisses my lips, but it's a bad dream. Baby, you left, but you never left me. Yeah, you never left me. It's like she's following me, trying to get me back. Every street I turn down, I get a heart attack. I can't escape anywhere I go. I've tried church pews and neon glows. I hear her voice say my name, smell her perfume, it drives me insane. She kisses my lips, but it's a bad dream. Baby, you left, but you never left me. Yeah, you never left me.
All right, that was Never Left Me, Wesley. That's a good song, buddy. I believe that was going to be a hit like Summertime Hit was.
Thank you, bud. I'm very proud of that song, and touches the heartstring.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I put it on our Facebook page and our Twitter and Instagram already, so it's all over the place. So.
There we go.
You can really tell you've been singing a lot too. From the first time you come on till now,
awesome.
Your voice is really cleaned up.
Thank you.
A lot, and those little falsettos and stuff that you're doing now, those are coming out pretty clean.
Thank you. It's it's all the time, and that's what a lot of people. They don't really understand it as artists sometimes, that you got to put them hours in.
Well, that's like anything. It's all about reps, right?
Exactly.
You don't get good at anything unless you're putting in the reps.
Exactly. Like when I started, when I was like 13, I couldn't hit a note.
All right.
Save my life. And
well, I'll tell you, I'm just going to tell you, you probably made a good choice not to be a professional skateboarder. You probably,
exactly.
You probably made the right decision.
Exactly. I'd be snapping ankles and instead of
breaking hearts.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So what do you want to do next for us?
Man, see, I think I'll let's see. Let me look at it. Yeah, I think I'll go with Tennessee Smile. Yeah, this is a good little storytelling song. It's about the story of just boy going off to college and being in a relationship and knowing that he wants things to work out, but the truth of the matter sometimes it kind of.
Well, best laid plans never do work out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'll jam out Tennessee Smile for y'all.
All right, here it is.
School had just ended, my life's beginning at a big city college in the fall. A little small town, Sonic hangout, me and my buddies riding around, not much to do, but we had a ball. Then she hopped in the truck one night, had me shaking like a leaf in the dashboard lights. Everything was alright till she grabbed my hand, set my world on fire. And I was young and time wasn't on my side when I fell so deep in love with her angel eyes. She took my breath with a tailgate kiss, the only heartbreak I'll never forget. In a hayfield where the moonlight buzz runs wild. If I would have only known that summer love would haunt me for the rest of my life, I would have made that Tennessee smile mine. September, I still remember that we went our separate ways and tried to make the love stay. I hit the city lights, she went off in the night, both holding on to something we knew was worth the fight. But the clouds started rolling in, it was so sad seeing something so good end. Seems like when I lost that girl, I lost touch with my whole world. And I was young and time wasn't on my side when I fell so deep in love with her angel eyes. She took my breath with a tongue and kiss, the only heartbreak I'll never forget. When my dreams push my heart's desires aside. If I would have only known that down the road I'd still need her in my life, I would have made that Tennessee smile mine. Took all the money I have, baby, I need you back. I drove across the country tonight just to get you in front of me and try to make you see you're all I need in my life. 'Cause I was young and time wasn't on my side, and I fell so deep in love with your angel eyes. You took my breath with our first kiss, the heartbreak I wanna forget, 'cause I won't lose you again this time. And now that we're back to us after all of the years and the miles, I wanna make your Tennessee smile mine. I wanna make it mine. I wanna make it mine, yeah.
All right, this is a kind of a first, man. This is second. I mean, so many live songs in the studio. It's pretty cool to get here and get the first take of all these.
Yeah. So Tennessee Smile, man, that was a good song, and
Thank you.
I think that I think Never Left Me is still my favorite. That was pretty good, bud.
Thank you.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Never Left Me. The first one, obviously, and man, I don't know. I'm ready to buy it on iTunes. I'm ready to spend my 99 cents, $1.29, whatever it is.
Yeah, good deal, man. So what else you got now? What do you want to go to next? You want to hit country or
What do you
intro or
y'all wanna close with country? Y'all want me to? Close?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's close with country.
All right, I'll play y'all "Get to You." This is a like I said in the beginning. It's a very it's a love song. It's doing anything to get to girl, you know. And man, I'm super proud of this song. Honestly, when it comes to my songwriting, I feel like this is one of, if not my best, I feel like it's at least top 3. It's a lot more modern flair, but it's still got a good meaning, and it's still got a very relative topic. So here's my song, "Get to You." Hope y'all like it. 3 hours by plane, 12 hours by drive, and I could scrape up the change, and I could be there tonight. Babe, the world can wait, they'll all be alright, but I won't if I don't see you stepping out of the night air with your bed head to give me a kiss in that front porch light. I'm about to burn some cash on you. Whoa, I got my wheels spinning 'cause I wanna see you grinning when I'm pulling you drive and I get my hands on you. I don't need no one to tell me where to go. I'll just follow your curves 'cause there's one thing I know. I won't slow down, not a damn thing I won't go through. I just gotta get to you. gotta get to you. I've been trying to keep my mind on my work, but when you're blowing up my phone with pictures so good that they hurt, makes it seem like it's years since I've tasted your love. Ain't no doubt I'll be down the minute I pull up. I'm about to burn some cash on you. Whoa, I got my wheels spinning 'cause I wanna see you grinning when I pull in and drive and I get my hands on you. I don't need no one to tell me where to go. I'll just follow your curves 'cause there's one thing I know: I won't slow down, not a damn thing I won't go through, 'cause I just gotta get to you. I gotta get to you. And I don't care about burning gas, burning time, or burning cash to make you mine, lighting up and throwing down whatever it takes to get to your place. I'm about to burn some cash on you. Whoa, I got my wheels spinning 'cause I wanna see you grinning when I pull in and drive and I get my hands on you. I don't need no one to tell me where to go. I'll just follow your curves 'cause there's one thing I know: I won't slow down, not a damn thing I won't go through, 'cause I just gotta get to you. I gotta get to you. 3 hours by plane, 12 hours by drive. And girl, you're gonna know when I get there tonight.
Just another good one, man. So, what would you told an interesting story about how you wrote that song, the inspiration behind that one?
Yeah, man. Honestly, the way it came from is it's kind of an odd way to lead to a song like this. But I've been trying to write a song like this for a bit because it just I feel like I just really like that idea. I just really like the emotions it pulls, and like I said, I've been trying to write a song like this for a bit. And me and my dad were in Bowling Green eating. We was eating Longhorns, I think. And we was talking about the phone bill. Like, the phone bill was going down. Surprisingly, usually it's going up. You know how it goes? Yeah. It was going down, and we was talking about that. And I was like, I had the idea of something to do with burning minutes on you. I don't mind to burn minutes on you, like in a phone bill. And that bled into the bridge of that song. I don't care about or burning gas, burning time, burning cash to make you mine. I'm lighting up, throwing down, whatever it takes. And I was like, man, that's tough. So the night I sat down and started writing it, I was like, how do I want this to go? I came up with the guitar part. And when I started that guitar part, I was like, I cannot stop. And I messaged my roommate at college. I said, dude, send me a loop drum track real quick of this. And I beatboxed it into my phone and sent it to me. And he's like, what in the hell is that? I was like, just go with it. Just make me something. And he sent me a pretty rough little like drum track. And I threw it on, and in 3 hours I had that song wrote.
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And now, you was telling us another little story about he was doing it in the studio.
Yeah.
And you was thinking about the guy that was doing the production on it.
Yeah. It man, when I get to that song at the studio, man,
yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be another level. It'll take some work, but
But what I was getting at is the guy who you was writing it with or working on it with, his girlfriend actually lives in New York.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, that was on another radio show.
Oh yeah,
I was it was at MTSU, the WMTS 88.3, I think. And I got on there, and the radio host is he's a fellow classmate of mine.
Yeah,
and I was going into that song and to get to you, and I was sitting there starting it and playing it, and his fiance's in New York. And like I said, he's from New York. And as I started, I was like, I wonder how far he is from his fiance. And that thought left my mind, and I went and sang the song. When I got done, I looked over, and he's like starting to tear up a little bit, and he's like, man, that's divine intervention. He's like, it's like, I'm exactly 3 hours by plane, 12 hours by drive from my fiance. And it's just a crazy thing, because whenever I started writing that, I was like, does that add up? 3 hours by plane, 12 hours by drive? Because I know a 12-hour drive is long, but I've never been on a plane, believe it or not. And I was like, maybe that adds up. I like the numbers, 1, 2, 3. I was like, and that seems like it's about right. I was like, I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, we'll just work with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, man. That's
man.
Good to actually see one touch somebody, right?
Exactly. And I was like, man, and from that moment on, I was like, yep, it's 3 hours by plane, 12 hours by drive. I'm keeping it there.
Good deal, man. Well, this last one we got, country. Talk to us a little bit about the song.
Man, it's this is, of course, it's the track that I sent to y'all to have as a possible opener, and y'all loved it, and I'm glad y'all have, and been able to give people a little dose of what would be the studio version.
Right.
That's the demo version, but when it gets in the studio, it'll be...
Oh, you finally got some words for that thing.
Exactly. Finally,
yeah.
What happened was I recorded that track in the summer, and just came up with the guitar part, the electric guitar part. I was like, man, it's tough. I'm gonna record that. Just laid it down on a track. Before I knew it, I had a whole song.
Yeah.
With no lyrics. And I had it from June or July. And I tried to write it, but I could not get anything to come out. It was just I didn't have writer's block. But when I hit that song, straight writer's block. Did not go.
No words.
And I tried a couple times to sit down and write it. Didn't really like where it was going. And I'd got in the studio and had an opportunity to possibly cut it. And it was the Tuesday before. I had studio time on a Thursday, and it was the Tuesday before. And I was like, I've got to have words to this song. I'm cutting it. I don't care what happens. I'm cutting this song. And I sat down that night, and I told myself, I don't care if I've got to write 20 versions of this song. I'm writing this song. And so I started thinking, where do I want to go with this? And I was like, man, that's just a tough country lick, tough country sounding song. You get a banjo in there, maybe some fiddle, tough country song. And I was like, so I could call it country. And I was like, all right, how do I want to link all this? And then I started thinking about what's country to me, and it's boondocks, hometown, middle of nowhere, Red Bowling Springs. And then I thought somehow I led that into not liking traffic, and it just worked out. Divine intervention, man.
Well, good deal, man. Well, here it is then, everybody. This is country, our opener.
Dirt road, B&D track bumping, traffic's backed up, 4 lanes of bumpers, man. I'm just trying to get back home. And I don't know the reason, a wreck or something, but I can't hear these mud tires humming. I'll pray for y'all, I ain't made to go this slow. I'd rather be caught dead than caught in a traffic jam. So that exit sign is my exit plan. I'll take a couple roads that I don't know for the rat race on 24. 3 right turns and I'm back in the southern land. So turn it up, I'm turning off. I'm getting out of here before my time is gone. I don't know what that is to y'all, but to me, that ain't country. Turn it up, I'm turning on a feel-good song that I can sing along. This is right where I'm meant to be, in the country. I'm about 40 miles from our house, so you know I've got the hammer down. I gotta get to my girl, she's my whole world. Been waiting all week just to get a hold of her. Nobody can do it the way that she does it to me. So turning up, I'm turning off, getting out of here before my time is gone. Don't want to keep her waiting too long, you see. That ain't country. Turning up, I'm turning on a feel-good song so I can turn her on. She's right where I'm meant to be, in the country. So turn it up, I'm turning off in our drive, and she's waiting on me, looking better than a cover of a magazine. Turning up, I'm turning off, getting out of here before my time is gone. Don't want to keep her waiting too long, you see. That ain't country. Turning up, I'm turning on a feel-good song that may turn her on. She's right where I'm meant to be. Yeah, I wouldn't trade this life for anything.
All right, that was the final song of the day, man. It's been a pretty productive day here. Getting to hear all the music and catch up with you and everything. So we can't wait to see that work itself out and get in a.
So what's your upcoming year look like then? You're going to put this acoustic project out. You're going to work with anybody. You're going to touring or what do you think?
I'm putting this acoustic project out, and if we went over like where I'm trying to put it out, I've sang so much.
I'm
on the other side.
We'll just go ahead and do it again.
So like I said, we did talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to put it on SoundCloud, maybe Spotify, but we're trying to get it on iTunes.
Well, that's got me really thinking about it because, like I said, I was just going to put it out there for free on SoundCloud, but, I feel like if people want to listen to it on Apple and Spotify, I might as well throw it on there.
Yeah, might as well get it out there. I think that's the medium to go with, too. Exactly. I think that iTunes is where it's at. Not that SoundCloud or anything isn't a good place to be at. And you could probably still do it, put it out there, too, but I think iTunes is where everybody's going to reach and grab it at.
It's like I was... The way I was thinking about doing it is I put it on SoundCloud. I was gonna, as I come in the studio with them, I may like pull them
off.
Out,
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's got me thinking now.
Yeah.
I've gotta really figure that one out.
Yeah.
So,
you gonna do some gigging this year? What you thinking?
I'm gonna try and get on some gigs. Mainly, what I'm gonna try and do is just get some more new music out for everybody, and get some tracks and. Get in the studio a lot. I've got like these 4 songs I played y'all today. I'm super proud of them and worked really hard to get them to a place where I like. And even when I hit the studio, they'll be stepped up even more.
Yeah.
And so what you'll hear on this acoustic project will be these 4 songs and possibly about 7 songs altogether that I've wrote that I'm really proud of, and just want to have it out there so y'all can hear it. But it also may. Whenever it gets to the studio, everybody will get to sort of see the process of it.
Uh-huh.
Like a song can be completely different from the demo to the studio.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that'll be cool for everybody to see.
Yeah.
But, man.
When you going to start hitting up the Nashville scene? When you going to start hitting the strip down there?
Yeah, I've got a couple buddies. We're trying to get it lined up to where we can get on some songwriter nights possibly. And, That's sort of, it's on the agenda now. After the books get read and the semester gets done. But, I'm gonna try to for sure. We're, being a college kid trying to get in the studio, I'm gonna have to pick up a couple things for good money, which is fine. And but the shows could be that, and so there's multiple ways we could go, but there's definitely going to be shows this year, and man, it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, anytime you walk through Nashville, you hear guys in there just picking a guitar by themselves, sitting on a stool, and grab one of them.
Even Josh Morningstar that we had on here way back, I went and watched him one day play at Layla's on Broadway, and he was playing at. This is a guy that plays all over the country, 9 or 10 p.m. He was playing Layla's.
Yeah.
driving from Maryland on Tuesday nights to play on Wednesdays at Layla's for 2 hours, you know, but people were coming in and giving him tips. And I mean, that's, I don't know what kind of agreement it's all up in the air. I know a lot of these guys played strictly for tips, legit. Then a lot of people say, the guys at nighttime that are playing Tootsies are saying, hey, man, we're just playing for tips. Well, that's a lie. They're playing for about $1,000 by band. But, they're getting the tips on top of that. Yeah. But the guys that are hustling and busting their butts during the day, that's the guys that are hungry.
Yeah,
not to say those other guys aren't hungry, but they're not starving as much.
They're getting there,
yeah.
They're sort of moving with it. And those guys that are playing later at night like Tootsies, they may have, already got to where they can really be at Tootsies a lot. And that's that would be very interesting, because from what I hear is if you start playing Tootsies and they enjoy your music and they enjoy the crowd you bring in, sometimes they'll start putting you on multiple shows.
And that's good exposure too. Exactly. There's that Nashville people strolling through there randomly.
Exactly.
And the owner of Tootsies also owns Rippies and owns. I never can remember the big one, the 3-story one at the end. It's
when it's got a music on every level.
Yeah,
I never can remember it.
Yeah, I've been in
Honky Tonk Central.
Yeah,
Honky Tonk Central. Yeah. So he owns all of those, but there's a lot of local guys that have made it. There's a guy from Monterey that Mackie goes and sees a lot that plays Rippies all the time.
Yeah,
there's guys that's played around the Cookville area. Drew Green, who was playing Spankies a couple years ago, he's one of those regulars at Tootsies now that plays the prime time slot. So it could be, awesome. It could be done.
Exactly.
There's a girl from Red Bull that works at Tootsies.
Really?
Yeah, she's a waitress, bartender.
That is awesome.
I would say he probably knows her. What's her name?
I don't know. She's like a 12 though.
She's
not ugly.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, Wesley, bud, we sure appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us.
Man, I'm glad I was able to come. And if I start getting on some shows, it'll definitely be on my social medias.
Yeah.
Got a couple gigs that's for the MTSU campus going on, and which is it's kind of select, and I would love to invite people out, but it's strictly for students.
A little bit more private,
yeah.
Are you getting open for Ludacris when he comes there next?
Spring. I'm gonna do a little rap.
I was like, y'all doing you would blend right into Ludacris.
Exactly.
Well, with Nelly making his transition to country music so seamlessly, you could have a country remake of Move.
Yeah, over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get out the way.
Exactly.
All right, Wesley. Well, we appreciate it. What are you doing the rest of the day now that you've sung music all morning?
Well, I'm back in the good old hometown, so I'm going to go home, and I'm going to shoot some guns, and I'm going to go do a little fishing.
Yeah?
Just kick back and have a good old time.
You just let MTSU melt off your shoulders.
Exactly, yeah. Got a lot of work ahead of me and got a lot of work behind me, but I'm going to just take it easy for the day.
Well, man, we appreciate it. You're doing good. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support, and let me come on. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, everybody. That was Wesley Davis.
Nice to have Wesley join us early here this Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. So. Glad he came and brought that guitar in. He was talking about that, and I didn't know how good it would go. And boy, it seemed like it went pretty good.
Yeah, first time, and I'd kind of like to. That's something maybe we should
start doing a little bit more often.
I believe there's a couple boys in Dotson's branch named Mayberry, spelled differently, that could probably come down here and
pick some tunes out.
Play that. So
that's
Matt
good.
And James, I know if you listen, the invitation's open to do that. Hey, before I forget about it, just seen on Facebook a minute ago, today's Travis Humphrey's birthday, so happy birthday, Travis.
Yeah, and before we forget about the rest of it here, anybody that's looking for Wesley, go out and you can find him at W Davis Music on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and everything. He does weekly cover videos. Every Friday evening, he goes out and covers some music and drops it out there. So you go out there and check them out. And I don't know if we ever drop the name of his album that's going to be coming out. Right now, it's called Pure Taste.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be his acoustic tape. So you know how that goes. Them names are liable to change between now and whenever it comes out. But look out for it. Pure Taste.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So we got another musician coming on. It's by telephone.
Yeah, we're going to be joined by Jesse Kramer, who was recommended to me by Lisa Jai Arnett Gore.
Yeah.
Like Dustin Roger Elliott Kennedy. So many names to spit out at one time.
And so where did she come up with this guy at?
She found him at the Music City Roots show. I think maybe she had heard of him or knew his manager or something. We'll get the story from him when he calls in. But, he was there playing a show with Cody Jinks, who, in my opinion, is the next guy to break out.
Right.
Like he's been established a little bit, but I think he's about to break out.
Yeah.
Pretty hard. So yeah, she got to see him backstage there a couple weeks ago in Franklin. I was supposed to be in that show with her, but
yeah,
I think that was the night we did. I think it was the night we were supposed to have interviewed Cody Canada the first time.
the first go around.
So I probably could have made that one now, in hindsight. But so we'll get him on the phone here shortly. So
all right.
Mr. Dustin Kennedy, how we doing?
Hey, Jesse, what's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. How about you?
I'm good. Hey, it's my partner, Lucas, here.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing, bud?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Glad you come on with us tonight and talk to us for a little while.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're just this is really a different direction we're going in with our podcast here. We started up, last April or May. We've kind of been all over the place, and we were kind of really targeted in on, newer musical acts that maybe haven't been established yet, or whatnot. So you come highly recommended. Several artists that I've had on recently. That Lucas and I have been able to talk to is guys we've listened to for several years. But you're kind of a different case there. You come highly recommended from my friend Lisa Jai Arnett Gore. I don't know if she's got any more names I can throw out there. eight names there. So how well do you know Lisa Jai?
Man, I'll be honest. She's probably one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met. I remember the night I met her. I guess she knows my manager real well, Josh. And but I was eating at Music City Roots before the show, and she had come up behind me and she said, "Are you Jesse Kramer?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I am." And she goes, "Well, I know Josh." And she goes, "I've been listening to your stuff. I'm just crazy about you. I love your sound." I said, "Oh, well, thank you." She's a great girl. So I got to meet her that night and hang out backstage, and she's a great gal. I talked to her a few times afterwards too, and she got a wonderful family and friends I know that were there, and I got to meet as well. But I just met her at Music City Roots. I haven't known her too long, but I know she's a great gal.
Okay, yeah. Well, you treat her good, and she'll always have your back. That's for sure. So if she's on board with your music, it's something I trust her. I trust her judgment on that because she knows this. She knows the music I'm into, and she definitely knows the music I'm not into. So that's why I feel confident having this interview tonight. So,
well, tell us a little bit about your musical background. Looked like you've been playing music for a long time. Started playing guitar at a really young age, didn't you?
Yeah, I started playing guitar about 10, and I've been singing since I can remember. I was really influenced, I guess, through church choir as well. I was raised Missionary Baptist, so 16 and a half years of just listening to old school hymns, and I grew up listening to Isaac. And then, I kind of got into my, preteen years to where I got into the Johnny Lang, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and like that. But I've been always listening to gospel, blues, and rock for as long as I can remember.
So that's some really, talking about church music to Aerosmith, so you got a really wide range of eclectic sound here, right?
Yes, sir. I reckon so. I play just about almost anything, and my songwriting is able to take off and get hit in every genre, and I feel very lucky to be even to be writing songs, but it's kind of hard to. A lot of people say, "Man, I just can't put it on you." Like, what kind of music going for? I'm just like, well, I'm just me, and I don't know what we call it, but you can definitely tell my influences though.
I feel like sometimes just putting a specific name on a genre kind of holds the talent down. When you're all over the place and you're into country or rock and blues or whatnot, having to be pigeonholed into that one genre. If I was a musician, I don't think I'd be interested in being, strapped down to just one sound.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I know, especially with the whole new guy that we all know now is Chris Stapleton. I mean, he's kind of opened up the door for kind of showing how we can. He's considered country and rock and bluegrass from all the bands that he's been, as far as Steel Drivers, Johnson Brothers, and now him. But he's nailed it all from Prince stuff to old John Williams and now his own stuff, and I think that's just amazing. So it's kind of cool to see that, someone that is kind of, bigger, and he's kind of helped us little guys out that we're trying to do that at the same time,
Yeah, so, if you're writing your own music, who is your influences songwriter wise? Who do you try to model yourself after?
Well, I don't know. I know that I just kind of write what I feel. I've never really listened to songwriting much. I just know I liked what beat and what melody and what guitar solo at the time or something like that. Just the whole song in itself. But I guess especially for right now, I would say that my favorite songwriter is a guy. He's from Northern Ireland. His name is Foy Vance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how did you discover him?
Yeah, I say is he locally here now? Is that how'd you get into that guy?
Well, I found him. I believe I was on YouTube, kind of searching like just different types of folk and up and coming Americana, and I happened to find Foy Vance, and he just kind of blew my socks off. I got to listen to a couple of his songs, and just the way he had with words, it was amazing, and it hit me. I felt it in my soul, and I felt that as a songwriter to him, I kind of felt a connection to that. And I just loved how he talks about everything and every situation and every perspective. And I respected that, and I kind of felt like that's the way I kind of write too. But more so, I didn't really was any influenced by any songwriter, but I definitely make a connection with other songwriters as well.
Awesome. So I see, you were telling me when we were on the phone, you came from Indianapolis. You were born and raised in Indianapolis, and like many smart Hoosiers before you were located to Tennessee. You made an improvement there. I promise you. From moving from Indiana to Tennessee, it's always an influx when you come up here to the lake in Salina, Tennessee. When you always see all these Indiana people up here partying for the summertime. So when was it you moved to Tennessee, and how are you liking it so far?
I moved here in June. I believe it was June. I want to say 7th. Is when I moved here, and the next day I know that I moved and I played with Uncle Dave Macon Day Festival. But I've been here since June, and I love it here. I really do. It's a complete different vibe. It's definitely home, to me, and it's a wonderful feeling. I know, especially with this weather lately in the past even month of this winter, it's been like summer and spring to where I'm from, so I'm enjoying that too.
Yeah, you're probably the only person in Nashville that can drive in the snow whenever it happens, don't you?
Oh, I know. The whole town shuts down if you guys get maybe a centimeter, but we're used to going to school in 6 inches,
Yeah, I've got some family from up in that area, and they come down here, and it started, just barely snowing one day, and we all panicked, and they all just laughed at us because they said, well, we do this shit all the time.
Yeah, I love it here. It's amazing.
So you're not like downtown. You're staying just in Murfreesboro, just a little bit out of Nashville.
Yep, it's about 35 minutes. I live downtown Murfreesboro.
So do you play shows in Murfreesboro? I know I was in Murfreesboro a couple weeks ago for work, but I'm not real familiar with the music scene. Is there any bars there that you play or establishments, or you try to just stick around Nashville as much?
Yeah, I do mainly of my shows on the road. I spend a lot of time in Johnson City and Virginia and Bristol, and Atlanta, more so than Nashville and Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro is kind of tough because I'll be 21 in July, and they're kind of sticklers about that. I play at a couple places like Coconut Bay, and I'll play private house parties here in between Nashville. So. That's kind of what I've got going on besides, Music City roots and, stuff like that.
Isn't that funny that you can't, here you are trying to do what you love for a living. You can't even get in some of the bars yet because you're 20 years old. It's, of course, some of the ones in Nashville now, like the ones on Broadway with Tootsies and Legends and all those ones on Lower Broad, they let kids in up till 6 p.m. The first time I realized that, there was a big group of us just on a trip to Nashville, and there was a kid there. I say kid, but he was 19 at the time, and we were all 25, 26 probably, and we were all wanting to go downtown, and he was too. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to the 18 bars because you can't get in the main ones, so you're just gonna have to go on home. So he took the second vehicle home, and we got into Tootsie's, and there was 2 literally 9-year-olds sitting at the bellied up to the bar with their dads. I didn't know I didn't know at the time that was the rule, that you could go into Tootsie's until 6. So I said, hey kids, if you don't mind, turn around and smile for the camera here and give me a big thumbs up. So I texted him and I said, man, these 10-year-olds hanging out at Tootsie's party and looking for girls, and you're back on the way to Clay County.
Well, tell us. Go ahead. Sorry.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nashville's it'll definitely make you appreciate a lot more of who you're becoming and the process. That's for sure.
Well, tell us about some of your music, like Same Old Stars. Tell us about a little bit of that.
Yeah, Same Old Stars. Man, I wrote that June 6th, so the night literally before I just moved, and it was about 2 in the morning. I stepped outside. I just got out of my lease in my apartment, so I was staying with my memo at the time, and I sat out on her driveway at 2 in the morning, and I just felt like I needed to write. I actually wrote 2 songs that night, but I was looking up at the stars, and I thought, no matter where I'm going to be able to see the same stars, and it's kind of a reminder for me. I guess in that whole song, a lot of people think it's a love song, and I guess it could be, but to me, it's kind of just like, we have a first dance and first love with something. It could be a girl, it could be a guitar, it could be a car, or food, or something like that. But we always have that first, encounter with something, and it just depends on how we take it. If can either do good or do bad for us, one or the other. And I think it's just kind of a reminder saying, hey, no matter what, you can still see the single stars. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's some of your other songs you got out there right now?
Right now, I think the other song right now on SoundCloud would be "Steal You Away," and that was just a quick, cute song. Just to kind of write, just for to have a, just to add another 100 millionth love song to the music world.
Out of the stratosphere, yeah.
But a lot of stuff lately I've been writing is just very influenced about the more the outlaw country look. Cody Jinks, Turtle Simpson has a huge impact on me right now, so I've been trying to kind of copy the sound almost, but develop in a way that I still have my sound. But my favorite one, I think, right now, well, I guess my top couple of them would be "Why the Whiskey Burns," "Sleight of Hand," which is on YouTube with Music City Roots, and "Learn to Love These Days," just because every day I learn something new, and I'm just learning to love what I'm learning and love who I'm becoming at the same time.
Well, you keep referencing that show, the Music City Roots show, and really regret that now. Lisa Jai and her husband Ben had asked me to go with them to that show, and we record generally, like I said, here on Wednesday nights at the podcast, and I do a sports radio show on Wednesdays also, so it's kind of hard for me to cancel both things I got going on to go down there. But looking back now that she met you and also the rest of the performances on the show, you keep referencing that show as well as Cody Jinks. She linked me a version of "Stay Here and Drink" that you guys covered, and man, when you come in on the song, and everybody just kind of turns and looks at you, because you come in with your you just kind of belled it out, man, and everybody just kind of turns like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. I mean, I didn't, I heard the song maybe once or twice, and sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't, but I just know, I was just, man, like, it's a basic country song. I thought, I've never really heard the song, and I kind of listened to it on YouTube. You told me, and I had about a good minute just to kind of get the feel of it, and I just kind of went at it. But I know that me and Cody had a good time. He was kind of talking in my ear when we were jamming together. He goes, man, ripping it, and he was a good guy. And Jim Lauderdale's such an amazing guy. He's such a sweetheart too. He came up to me and said, man, if there's anything, you just let me know. And he's a great guy. That Music City Roots and everyone that's helped me, it's just been great, good people. Yeah. And I wouldn't be able, to be where I'm at right now if it weren't for the people that are helping me right now. And so I'm very lucky for that.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little thing. I actually had never heard of Music City Roots until she said she was going. Then I still never looked it up. Then she linked me the video, you and Cody, and then I've looked up some since. And it's a really neat kind of little project they run down there.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful, amazing.
So
I'm very, very happy.
So do you feel like Cody Jinks maybe is the next Sturgill Simpson? 2015 we had Chris Stapleton make his ascension. And last year Sturgill with his third album. Now we're seeing him, closing out Saturday Night Live, smashing guitars. I feel like Cody Jinks is there for his ascension in 2017. That's where I think he's the next one to take that step.
I would have to agree. I think Cody Jinks does really do a good job of sticking to his guns. Sturgill was he's a good, great influence on me as songwriting and as a person, and as as a good melodic structure to listen to when I'm writing. And Chris Stapleton, his voice is a lot like like mine, to where we have that little bit of grit. And I mean, he's got more of a range and he's got a way better voice than I will ever have. But it's kind of the same realm as the grit. But Cody Jinks has definitely got a leg up on some stuff. I just think because he's very straightforward. He's got his own sound, and he's going to chase it. And he doesn't go too far off from what people liked him as a first time off. And it's a funny story because I wrote one of the songs I played at Music City Roots. I wrote called "By the Whiskey Burns," and I actually wrote that for Cody Jinks. I was able to show him that afterwards. I told him I wrote him a song, and he actually ended up falling in love with him. And I'm hoping that he'll be giving me a call back here soon to cut it.
Yeah, man, that'd be big time.
Oh yes, sir. I think it'd be wonderful, just because a hero gets to help out, someone that just lives up to him, and it'd be a great idea, and just cool, just to be able to even be a part of that.
Yeah, man, it looks like a really neat night, really neat atmosphere. So, I mean, best of luck and hearing back from Cody on that, because that would just be a huge step in your songwriting, as well as getting your name out there for a group that may not have discovered you yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a great guy, great songwriter.
So, what have you got coming up the rest of the year? What are you touring, or you songwriting, or what are you doing?
Well, I write songs almost every day. I just, good or bad, I just kind of at least get the juices flowing. But
it's important to get it out there, isn't it?
Absolutely. Every time I have a thought, it's sometimes in the weirdest spots, where I'm in the shower or sleeping, I'll have to wake up and write it down. It's just in weird spots, but you're always going to get it out. But,
yeah.
I got a couple gigs coming up. I'm playing tomorrow at Central Middle School, I believe, in Murfreesboro Main Street, opening up Flat Lonesome Bluegrass Band. And then I'll be playing the new Puckett's in Murfreesboro the 23rd. I've got a couple gigs here and there, back and forth between here and my hometown in Indianapolis, playing at Hard Rock Cafe in March. And then I'll be back here in Murfreesboro playing a few local gigs, but not too busy right now, but we're hoping to get some more gigs here coming up soon. So.
Oh, yeah, it's a long process, but it sounds like you're on the right track right now.
Yeah, I look forward to catching you live. Murfreesboro's not too far of a travel, and I can for sure make that. Like I said, with Lisa Jai plugging you, I told her, I said, you better not be suggesting. I said, don't ever suggest me any bad music. So I told her, I'm not meaning you. I just was beforehand. She's always like, you need to listen to so and so. I was like, I'm not listening to that if you're telling me, because I give her a hard time. But we've been intertwined in the same kind of the musical, the outlaw movement. We've been listening to the same music for 10, 11 years that I've known her. Or I've known her longer than that. So I was excited to learn of a new prospect. When she told me your name, I couldn't wait to get into your catalog and kind of dig into some stuff and really.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So
it sounds like you're definitely looking for the right people right now too. If you're listening to Stapleton and Jinks and Sturgill, you're definitely following the right group.
Yeah, absolutely. And the guys that go deeper with me too, besides that, would be Amos Lee as well and John Mayer. Those have been my main guys for a long time, but I guess with the now time, you kind of look at something that relates more to you and what comes down. But yeah, all these great guys. I felt like I was born at the right time because I have so many good people to follow after and kind of take influence from, and so I feel very lucky.
John Mayer that you was talking about there, he's a really good songwriter. He's obviously in a completely different genre, but talk about a guy that is pretty lyrically inclined. He's good when it comes to writing a song.
Yes, sir. He is.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm just sure glad you named some good musicians. If you just said Florida Georgia Line, we'd have hung up on you and blocked your number. But I'm just kidding with you. But well, hey man, where can we find you on social media and everything?
Yeah, so I got a website. It's called JesseCramerSound.com. I've also got a Facebook at Jesse Kramer Sound. My personal is Jesse Kramer, and then Instagram would be jkramer37. And I think that's all I've got for right now. It's just those, and SoundCloud. You can just search my name on there. We're still working on a CD right now. I'll pick it up on some Spotify and iTunes. So that'll be coming up here shortly.
Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate it. And we'll link this show. I'll send it to you on social media when the link is up, and we're gonna play the same old stars. Actually, as soon as we hang up with you, we're gonna plug that and crank that out for everybody. So, man, we just really appreciate your time tonight.
Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Yep. Good luck to you, and like you just said, we're gonna play same old stars coming up next.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jesse. I'll talk to you later, man.
Sounds good, brother. Bye-bye.
See you.
I don't know these streets, the same old stars in the sky. I don't see familiar face, but I hear the sounds of a drum. And hearts don't lie. I hope I can make it at this time. First dance, first love. There's just something about it when time stands still for us. I can't believe this is happening to me, especially me, especially me. I don't know where to start. I see them same old stars, and there's no man that I see. Every morning stares back at me. Demons don't lie. Everything I felt and all I felt inside. First dance, first love. There's something about it. Time stands still for us. I can't believe happening to me, especially me, especially me. With our two hearts are beating, our two lips are meeting, my life comes crashing into yours. How our souls found each other, love like no other. See the same old stars. First dance, first love. There was something about when time stood still for us. I can't believe this is happening to me, especially me, especially me.
All right, that was Jesse Kramer with Same Old Stars. So best of luck to him in the future. You know, that's
boy, that kid's got a good voice on him, don't he?
Yeah, sure does.
He's got a great singing voice.
Yeah, can't imagine trying to make a career like that at 20 years old. Just knowing where I was at 20 years old. And
yeah,
what this kid's got going on at 20. So that's a promising career. And like I said, he keeps hanging out with guys down there at the Music City Roots and runs in guys like Cody Jinks. Nothing but good things can happen for him and his career. So
yeah,
glad to have him on. Thank you, Lisa Jai, for the recommendation.
Yeah,
always glad to have new talent on. Trying to put
the
word out there.
That his singing voice really surprised me there. He steps that game way up whenever he starts singing.
Sure does, man.
All right. So what else we got for the whole music show that we've had here?
I tell you, so we, even though we keep getting big time national artists that we've had, and this has been a kind of a
really good
return to the roots kind of show, man. As far as getting Jesse on, and Jesse's dicking around there in Murfreesboro trying to get a name for himself. And
then Wesley being
also in Murfreesboro.
Also in Murfreesboro. That place kind of turned into a little melting pot there.
Well, I mean, MTSU's known, pretty well for their excellent music program. So I don't know if it's not on a Belmont standard yet, but I mean, right. It's kind of a hotbed, for musicians to start off there. So it's nice to have these boys join us, both 20 years old. So, man, just
up and coming. Got a long road ahead of them, but I think they got a good start on it.
They're doing better things than I was doing when I was 20. They got a good head.
Yeah, for both of us, for sure.
So it's nice to have them. But hey, got a big night, and I won't watch it just because I've got it recorded, but the Grammys are tonight, and of course the guy that we've talked about pretty prominently on this show, Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah,
Grammy up for album of the year.
Yeah,
against some really big heavyweights.
Yeah, what's the chances of them even taking him seriously in that category, though? I mean, obviously he made it to the category. Or you think he'll get a fair shake at making it?
I don't know, man. I don't watch enough Grammys to.
I don't either. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that was just a nod trying to appease some people or what that is.
I don't know. I mean, but why him and why not one of your mainstream country darlings,
Yeah.
It may be something he just hits it big. And, when Chris Stapleton hit in those 2015 CMT or the CMA Awards, nobody knew who he was. I mean, 70% of the audience on my Facebook that day was like, man, who the hell is Chris Stapleton?
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
Is Sturgill going to get to play at the Grammys?
Yeah, he's playing. I don't know what he's playing. But god dang, if it's anything like his Saturday Night Live performance, my God.
He'll blow it out of the water. God. Yeah.
That was just awesome. And the first song he done was killer. Then when he goes up there and smashes that guitar on the second performance, I mean, Saturday Night Live hadn't had anything like that.
Mic drop, get off stage, I'm done. Yeah.
Sturgill's just a bad son of a gun. Man.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that for sure. But, and we're really failing our sports fans the last few weeks, and our other.
Yeah, we beat sports up there for a little while, so they get to listen to some music for a while.
Yeah,
we've missed the Super Bowl. It's done past so far along. We're just gonna skip it.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to cover it pretty good though on your other show, didn't you?
Yeah, I wish there was really a way that 102 FM, my country station over there, 102.1. WLCT. I really wish there was a way to record those shows. I mean, they're kind of, we talk about it all the time. Will. I got to say something else in a second, too. But Will Nichols is always like, man, we're running off of Windows 98 over here. We're not too advanced. So, I'm not really technologically sound and advanced either. So, I'm okay.
I could come over there and fix that. I could make that record.
Yeah. And that's when you said that a couple times, and that'd be nice because a lot of people, it's kind of cool because, I mean, I'm getting people from all over the place, like, people from Maryville, Clarksville, all over. They're streaming it online. One guy said he had trouble streaming it online. Their website's a little dated.
Yeah,
a little bit.
The only thing would be they've got some sponsorships, so I don't know if that radio station has some sponsorships, so I don't know if we could blast it out on ours.
Yeah, and I would love to have some sponsorships if anybody's listening. I like doing it, and I'm not really allowed to mention it on their airwaves.
Yeah.
If anybody in the Macon County area is listening and would love to sponsor my show, Sports Talk with DK, that'd be awesome because I like doing it, but put a little change in my pocket from it would be pretty sweet too.
It sure wouldn't hurt. It sure help out that drive from Cookeville to Lafayette every Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a heck of a drive every week for an hour show. But I mean, it's I head over here right after that for a show. But yeah, we're not going to be to death. Super Bowl's over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of disappointing we didn't talk about it at all. Since we've been doing this for so many months, and it was only the greatest Super Bowl in history, they say.
Yeah, and was he the 6th or 7th round draft pick, and he's turned into the greatest quarterback in football history?
It's the Patriots way, man. They find these guys that are nobodies. They take guys that other teams cut, nobody wanted. They make superstars out of them. I mean, you look at James White. He's not even on their rate. He's not even the main receiver or running back, either one for the Patriots. He had 3 touchdowns and set records.
And he had 13 or 14 catches?
14 receptions. Yeah. I mean, I think the actual numbers on it was 24 records were set and 7 was tied.
Huh.
And most of them belong to the Patriots. Belichick and Brady, that was their 5th win in 7 tries.
That's pretty big, and he's not retiring, so he's got an opportunity to do it some more.
Yeah, his wife wanted him to retire, Giselle Bunchkin.
Mm-hmm. Why would you retire? He's not been hit that much.
He said, "Sorry, babe."
Yeah.
So you're the man when you can look at a supermodel in the face and say, "No, I'm not coming to spend time with you and the kids just yet.
I'm not done with this game yet."
So good for him. He's found that fountain of youth. Like I said, he doesn't get hit a whole lot up there in New England.
Yeah, he's got some good defense out there in front of him. That offensive line's keeping him covered.
And like I said, it's the best. Probably the best coach and quarterback combination in history. And a lot of people are screaming. All of our Peyton fans are screaming. But if Peyton would have had Belichick, it might have been a different thing. But
yeah, it might have been. But
it is how it is.
Unfortunately, Brady's got all the stats to prove that he is now the best quarterback in NFL history.
It's hard to argue against him now. And
yeah,
that wraps up a wild year in sports as far as championship games. Just had a list like Villanova beat the North Carolina Tar Heels at the buzzer.
Yeah.
On a full court length, take the length of the court, dribble, boom, 3-pointer to win the national championship. Of course, the Super Bowl comeback, they're down 25 points. Clemson knocking off the big wig, out of Alabama.
Uh-huh.
Nobody saw that coming. Clemson beats them in the last play of the game. The Cubs winning the first championship since 1908, breaking that curse. Cleveland Cavaliers coming back from a 3-1 lead or deficit to win their first franchise championship. Just a wild year in sports. So
yeah,
good championship games all around. So
all around good stuff.
Of course, there was some news out of Nashville that kind of broke about Frank Wycheck. You seen that?
I did see that. Unfortunately, CTE has claimed another one, and Frank come on and he was talking about it.
Pretty candid. You don't hear a lot of people really just come out and say, talk about, but he said, he forgets why he goes into rooms. He gets depression. He don't like being in social environments, headaches, backaches, neck aches. So just he said he estimated that he probably had around 297,000 hits in his career from Pee Wee football all the way to the 10 years in the NFL, 11 years, and 25 concussions, he's thinking. And
he probably had a lot more than that. He probably had 25 major concussions, but
yeah.
I mean, a bunch of those little ones probably were. He's probably had concussions from them too. And they, what they're looking at now is that it's not necessarily the great big hits; it's the little ones that add up over time. CTE, chronic traumatic encephalitis, the chronically getting hit and taking that trauma like that. Frank
Wycheck's a really personal guy. He works on 104.5 in the mornings for the Wake Up Zone, and also he calls Titans games with Mike Keith. And he, anytime you see him out, for him to say he's not a very personal person, he's always been
personable every time you saw him.
Nice, yeah. But you can tell sometimes, and this is not me making fun of him in any stretch of the imagination, but sometimes
and this is probably in hindsight now too, right?
Well, no, I've always kind of thought, man,
something's a little off, maybe.
Yeah, because when you hear him on the radio in the morning, he's like, well, I mean, when he's going up for the hit and he's, and he releases the ball, it's kind of like maybe did he take a handful of
Xanax this morning
or something? Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to sound.
Yeah, I'm not putting him down.
No. I think Frank's. I mean, I like listening to Frank, but sometimes he just kind of he pauses and forgive. But at the same time, I pause all the time in between my speaking. But
I'm just bad at this. I don't have anything.
Yeah, it's just just. He said he's feared for suicide and everything else. He hopes that he doesn't get down that road where a lot of those guys went in the movie Concussion. And
well, I hope so too. I hope he can.
It's just nice that everybody's educated now about it, and they weren't educated in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
The other good thing though is that he's admitting to it. That's something that a lot of guys wouldn't necessarily admit to, that they had that issue. Might try to hide it and just deal with it by themselves, and and getting it out there and having everybody be aware of it. He might help somebody else. He's a really big name, so he might help somebody else, but he also maybe will get help himself.
Mm-hmm. And kind of the last, only other little sports tidbit I had this weekend was Michael Jordan's former general manager come out. And, of course, the big thing the last couple of weeks has been LeBron James saying that he wanted help and blah, blah, blah. And I need a playmaker, backup point guard, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting any younger. So just another one of our, in this generation, we can all tell that Michael Jordan, never missed a game, never missed a shot.
Yeah.
We all get that revisionist history going on as our generation tries to beef up the Jordan versus LeBron thing. But anyway, his general manager, Jerry Krause, came out this past week and said that Michael never asked for him to sign or trade other superstars. But, of course, looking back at hindsight, he got mad when they traded Charles Oakley, which eventually turned into Scottie Pippen, and he wanted them to draft or sign North Carolina players. Of course,
yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but I was reading books, and it was like some of the players he asked for was garbage.
Yeah.
Just because they were North Carolina roots, like he wanted them. So Michael kind of constantly bitched and fussed with Chicago management.
With the best of them.
So it's not as rosy red of a relationship as Jerry Krause is painting here.
It is whenever I'm going to tell it.
Yeah. So him and Jordan are best friends, I guess, now for years later. But it's just funny. This, my generation's always going to root for Jordan and think LeBron's just a punk. And Carmelo, they're saying, was Carmelo going to go to New York? I wouldn't have Carmelo in my 3-on-3 basketball league in Cookeville if I had one.
He's not going to add anything to any team. He's either going to keep you at the same level or detract from you just because of
his selfishness.
His selfishness, yeah.
The thinking is
he's not been good on any team he's been on yet. He's good, obviously, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't pushed any team to win a championship or anything. So
it was tough in Denver. Like I got it how the West was so deep when he played for Denver. When he got to New York, the East is pretty stagnant at times.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have had a couple good players around him in New York. Could have went to another level. I mean they've got 2 role players in Cleveland that was in New York, and if Carmelo Anthony pretended for some years he's on the same level as LeBron, he probably ultimately could have done the same thing LeBron's doing. Of course, he's never had a Kyrie Irving to play with, but yeah, he just has never been one for defense. He's always worried about his points. Everybody always says, well, Allen Iverson's one of the most selfish players in history. Absolutely, but he always played with his heart. He always played like this game was his last.
Yeah.
He never took plays off, kind of like Carmelo is known to do. And I just and most of the supporters of if they traded him to Cleveland would be like, well, he's not playing for blah, 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 a coach he didn't respect, whatnot. He's playing with his best friend. And LeBron's like, look, the pressure is not on you.
Mm-hmm.
You just stand out, hit some shots. But he's not going to play defense like Kevin Love if they have to give up Kevin Love, who's finally, after 3 years, awkwardly, playing with LeBron, trying to figure it out, has finally found a nice niche.
Mm-hmm.
Had a 37-point quarter this year. Had a 39-12 game the other night when they were reporting this trade. So I don't think the Cavs would do it, but if LeBron really wants it, it'll get done, though.
Oof.
But who knows whether it's true. But
who knows?
And this Michael Jordan, just one more tidbit on he's the greatest shit talker still in the history of sports. He was at an owners meeting. Golden State Warriors owner came out and said that he, after they broke the 72-10 record, going 73-9 and didn't win the championship, they said it was all the owners were sitting around drinking cocktails and having some drinks and telling some stories. And he said finally Jordan looked at him and said, "Hey man, 73-9 ain't shit without that ring." So Jordan, 55 years old, still talking trash, whatever he is.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that's it was a good show. Real good show. Well, they got you a little bit of sports there on the end for everybody's been looking for it.
Did he mean to?
Didn't even mean to do it.
Kind of did, but not that much into it. But yeah. That's so thanks to everybody again. Happy birthday to Travis Humphrey.
Yeah.
We mentioned him. He's good. Maybe we'll get him to come down and play some stuff. But open invitation to any of our artists that play. You got the bar has been set by Mr. Wesley Davis here to come in and do some things.
So go check out Wesley at W Davis Music. Look out for his new album dropping on these acoustic singles that he's got putting out, and then check out Jesse Kramer if you get an opportunity too.
Yeah, man, and happy birthday to my dad and my wife, who neither one listened to the show. It was their birthday over the weekend.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Rick and Lindsay. All right, check y'all out next week.
See you, man.